Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Emily Messina on the air with you guys. I'm here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The team is on the road at Dunkin' Donuts Park, visiting the Hartford Yard Goats. They will be down there for 6 games. They are coming back from a road trip against the Portland Sea Dogs, whom they took 5 of 6 games, so they are on a tear here as they continue their 12-game 12-game road trip away at Dunkin' Donuts Park. I'll be joining the team on Friday. But for now, for the next 2 nights, I will be here calling the game from FirstEnergy Stadium. So please note, this is a remote broadcast, and I will be trying my best. I've got the fake crowd noise going on in the back, so hopefully it won't be too off. But I will do my best to give you guys the content that I can, and hopefully it sounds okay. It's a little bit tough to control like this, but we will see how it goes. They are doing the presentation of the national anthem at Dunkin' Donuts Park right now, so see the flags are still at half-mast there, honoring all those fallen in this very tough time. And the Yard Goats are wearing their American jerseys. Those were a kids' giveaway today. They're white American flag jerseys. The right sleeve is the star, so it's blue with the Hartford Yard Goat logo on it and a bunch of white stars. The left sleeve is red and white stripes, so it's very nice tribute to our flag. They'll cap that off with the home white pants as well and the navy Yard Goat hats. I don't see the Fightins right now, but I can only imagine that they're going to stick with that navy Fightin's road uniform just because it's been so successful for them in the past few games. Talking about victory-wise, why wouldn't they keep riding that instead of the plain road grays? And I hope you guys can hear my audio. I feel like it's not coming through. Doesn't feel like my audio's coming plugged in, so I am not sure where we're going with that. Anyways, I will hope that it is. Oh, I hear it. There we go. We're all set, and they are set on the field, so perfect timing as the righty Matt Dennis is warming up. It will be Matt Kroon who's on the mound for the Fightin' Phils, or he's at the plate for the Fightin' Phils. He's going to start it off. Of course, he's been the leadoff bat for the past week and a half, and it has worked absolutely stellar. So they're going to keep rolling with Kroon there, and I think that is a great call. And they're going to go with the same top 4, Kroon, Stott, and then there are actually going to be some changes as, unfortunately, Madison Stokes on the injured list. Did not get a report as to what is going on with Stokes, but he was pulled in the middle of the game on Sunday after his second at-bat. He did not come in defensively in the bottom half of that inning. It was a ground out, so perhaps something running down to first, but I don't know any more information on that. Dalton Guthrie, though, reinstated from the injured list, so he's going to be back with the Fightin' Phils. He did get called up to AAA as the ball game starts, and a pitch is thrown outside to Matt Kroon. There's ball 1 from Dennis. So he did get called up to AAA on June 15th, spent 2 months there before hitting the injured list on August 12th. Another no name for his injury. And so he's been on the injured list, played a couple games in the FCL, and now he's going to get back on track here in Double-A as he looks to finish the season on a high note. Kroon has taken a ball and a strike. And now he'll ground back up through the legs of the pitcher. The diving second baseman, Coco Montez, can't get to it. And, of course, Matt Kroon is going to start us off with a runner on, a base knock for Kroon. And a great way to start off this ball game. So coming up is another new, Bryson Stott is going to be up next, and can't even talk enough about the month of August that he has had. He is batting .420 in the month of August, and today is the last day of August. So he's going to be, batting unless he goes over, I think he'll stay. Even still, I think he would stay batting in the 400 range. And he's improved his season batting average here in Double-A to .310, which I think is absolutely incredible. Leads the team in hits, doubles, triples, not far behind in home runs and RBIs, and you do have to add the fact that he spent the entire first month of the season in high A, so you have to add his stats there. The throw down to second as Kroon snags a bag, and he doesn't. He gets punched out, and so that will erase the runner on the base paths and make for out number 2. A good throw from MacGyver behind the plate, right down to the shortstop, who made the tag well before Kroon slid in. And so there'll be one away as Bryson Stott is still up at the plate. Stott takes it out to center, but just in front of the warning track, Hanna throws up his gloves, and he'll make the catch, out number 2. And now a new face coming up to the board. Not a new face for Philadelphia fans, but a new face for Reading fans is Matt Joyce, out on a rehab assignment. He's been with the big club since February of 2021 when they signed him as a minor league free agent. And he was placed on the injured list on May 5th with a calf strain, then came back on the 21st, and then again hit the injured list on the 19th with a low back strain, and now he's coming back. So this will be his baseball town debut, as he did not grow up in the Philly system. But he's here now, and we love adding new players in. As he takes a pitch upstairs. There is ball number 1 and ball number 2, as there's 2 outs here and nobody on for the rehabber, Matt Joyce. A lot of motion in his bat, the lefty. Fouls a pitch off on the outside part of the strike zone. Bouchard out in left, Hanna, I said, in center, and Golden over and right. Eliuris Montero, the top prospect in Hartford, which is the Double-A affiliate of the Rockies, over at the hot corner. Gomez and Coco Montez, the middle infielders, and then it is going to be Michael Togliga over at first with Willie MacGyver behind the plate. The umpires for today's contest behind the plate calling the balls and strikes, Michael Snover, Kyle Nickel over at first, and Ben Rosen over at the hot corner. A called strike 3 to Matt Joyce, who says something to the umpire as he's walking back to the dugout, but a quick, easy inning for the starter Dennis after he allowed a leadoff single, nothing across at Dunkin Donuts Park. So it'll be Colton Eastman who takes the mound in the bottom half in just a moment.
The Reading Fightin Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit readysetreadberks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
Colton Eastman takes the rubber for the Fightin Phils here, coming off an injury. He's had a couple of really good starts. He's still limited on pitch count, though. I think he's going to go a little bit longer than we've seen his past few outings. So I would look to see him at least 50 plus pitches, and depending on how he's throwing and feeling and cruising, I might even imagine they would allow him to get a little deeper in through the lineup, but all depends on how the start goes. And of course, Josh Hendrickson is going to be waiting in the bullpen. He will come in for a fresh frame, and he has been absolutely stellar, piggybacking off of Eastman the past 2 times that they have done it, allowing very, very few hits, as Colton Eastman sends the first pitch to Jamison Hanna to start off the bottom of the first inning. Reading didn't score, though they did get a base hit from Kroon in the top of the first. And here is the 1-1. Eastman working quickly. A big swing and a miss from Hanna downstairs. And it's 1-2 as he's looking for a quick out, number 1. So they gave him 1 inning in his first start back, 2 innings in his second start back, and 3 innings his last time up. And so we'll look to see perhaps 4 innings, but really the pitch count is going to be what we'll look at. He went 26 pitches, 32 pitches, and 52 pitches. So I imagine we'll probably see about somewhere from 60 to 70, depending on how, obviously, the game is going. And knowing that you can take Hendrickson deep. He finished off the last game. The two of them split. We only used 2 pitchers, an absolute rarity. And so we might possibly see him do that once again. 1 ball and 2 strikes as Hanna's fouling them back from Eastman here, making him work for the first out of the inning. The righty kicks and fires downstairs. It's Logan O'Happy, the number 12 prospect behind the plate. Got 3 starts back in Portland. And so probably see him really become the starting catcher, splitting time with Jack Conley back behind the plate. And here's the 2-2. Slow rolling ground ball to the shortstop. Of course, Bryson Stott all over it. Makes a throw to Brock Stassi over at first. And there's a out, number 1. Filling in the other positions, Chris Cornelius at second. And Dalton Guthrie coming in for the injured Madison Stokes over at third. Nice to see him back in a Reading uniform, though. Definitely happy for him when he got the call up to Lehigh Valley. And, the Phillies player development, they can see things that we might not be able to see. Guthrie, I don't want to say struggled, but he really excelled more in AAA than he did here at the beginning of the season in AA. Actually left with a batting average in the 300s, which was absolutely incredible, and I think everybody was happy to see him prosper. The outfield looks like Josh Stephen over at left and Matt Kroon in center, and then Matt Joyce over at first base. Over in right field. What am I saying? He's over at right field because Brock Stassi is over at first base. And a bigger bench as Reading adds the Major League rehabber because they don't count towards the active roster. So Reading still going with 27 of 28 filled spots on the active roster, as Eastman sends back-to-back balls to Sean Bouchard. Righty-on-righty matchup here. Bouchard takes ball 3 downstairs. So they don't add to the active roster. So at one point we had 2 MLB rehabs on. But Joyce hitting the road with the team, which I find unusual, especially with Lehigh Valley being at home. But Maybe they just wanted him to get reps here, and it helps us out with Stokes on the injured list, who was able to play every position. And there's a called strike into Bouchard. So a big bench for Reading. We've got the switch hitter Sal Gazzo, lefty Colby Fitch, and then righties Jack Conley, Luke Miller, and Grenny Kumana. So a nice deep bench here for this game against the Hartford Yard Goats, which will actually make a difference as Bouchard takes a called strike too, because this is a game where pitchers are going to bat. So Sean is going to manage more in this game than he does in the games with the designated hitter. He'll have to very intuitively sub for that pitcher's spot when the bat is needed. And of course, he'll do that double defensive switch that we've seen all season long when a pitcher is going to be coming up, a pop-up to the right side of the infield. Brock Stassi comes back into that outfield grass and makes the catch. So there's out number 2. So when a pitcher is coming up to bat, he'll do that double defensive switch for the pitcher. And that way, another infielder that comes in to sub for the pitcher will also take his batting spot. And here's the prospect, Eliuris Montero. He is the Rockies' number 4 prospect. And he has been really playing like it. Team high 90 hits and 69 RBIs. And he takes back-to-back strikes here from Colton Eastman as he fouls a pitch back. And he's down 0-2. You can tell he's got strength up there at the plate. We saw the Yard Goats for 6 games here at FirstEnergy Stadium, where Reading took 5 of 6 of them, so they only were handed 1 loss by Hartford, and we'll see if they can do something again, riding that hit streak. Here comes the 0-2. It's upstairs. It's a ball. And they've, won 5 of 6 games against Portland. And they've combined really that great hitting with superior pitching. Now, their pitchers maybe gave up a run or 2, but that was okay because Reading was scoring twice that number of runs and able to hold on to the lead. A called strike 3 as Montero was punched out. And a 1-2-3 inning for Colton Eastman puts up a 0 for Hartford. So both teams fail to score a run in the first. And we'll take a quick break before we come back to the top of the second, where Reading gets another chance to bat.
Gear up for the Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at FirstEnergy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the eXp Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. eXp Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
Well, thanks for joining me, fans of the Reading Fightin' Phils. I am live at FirstEnergy Stadium doing a remote call as the team is on the road visiting the Hartford Yard Goats at Dunkin' Donuts Park. As Josh Stevens steps up to bat, Matt Dennis sends him a first pitch strike. Now, Dennis has his ups and downs this season. He's been with the Yard Goats the entire time. And in his last 3 of 4 starts, he pitched scoreless. And in his last start, 7 innings of scoreless pitching and led off with a leadoff single, and then went on to retire the next 20 batters, which was a club record that he eclipsed set back in 2016. And so because of that start, he did win Pitcher of the Week. And so, been pretty hot as of late. His ERA, though, 6.75 with 76 innings of work. Not a big strikeout guy, just soft contact. As he sends a 2-2 in to Josh Stevens. So I've heard, just he's had ups and downs. He's the kind of guy all or nothing. And he gets Josh Stevens to strikeout swing. So that is his second strikeout here and first out of the second for Logan O'Hoppe to come up. O'Hoppe had his first home run of the AA season in just his third game with the Reading Fightin' Phils. So he already comes in with 2 extra base hits here and an RBI to his name. And we'll see if he can keep that train moving as he holds off on a ball below his knees. Here's the pitch, a ground ball. He fouls back up the plate and it hits him. He seems okay up there. And a strike number 1. Looks like a nice sunset in Hartford. Can't quite tell, but sun beginning to set here in Reading. Here's the 1-1 outside. O'Hoppe holds off. The Hurricane Tropical Storm Ida is supposed to hit us here tomorrow in Reading. It's supposed to pretty much rain the entire day here, so we'll have to see how the team fares out in Connecticut, obviously up further north as O'Hoppe drills this into the gap between second and third. And it's headed for the outfield, so we'll have a base hit to his name, and he'll get on base here for Dalton Guthrie in his first AA at bat back with the Reading Fightin' Phils. He batted .313 with AAA Lehigh Valley and just .219 when he was with Reading. So you like to see that number go up as they move up. And he's coming off an injury, unreported injury, so can't quite say. Played a few games with the FCL back starting on August 26th, so he's had a little bit of live action the past week or so, 7 at-bats. He had 1 hit, which was a home run, so that's pretty stellar, and only 1 strikeout. And if you remember, Dalton Guthrie hit a home run here at FirstEnergy Stadium on opening day as he fouls one up. There's a strike at 2. With a runner on first, Guthrie sends it in the same spot that O'Hoppe does. The shortstop Gomez can't get it, and O'Hoppe travels to second. A base hit for Dalton Guthrie here. Back with the Fightins, as Reading will have 2 on with just 1 out here for Brock Stassi. Now, a big this day in history for you guys. You might have seen it circulating on the internet before, but I definitely have to share it for you guys on my end. On this day, August 31st, 1987, the team was playing at Williamsport, and their catcher pulled off one of the all-time greatest stunts as Brock Stassi takes a ball inside. Dave Bresnahan, hopefully I am pronouncing that right, did the peeled potato stunt, which I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. An old trick back in the day, you know, where you try to throw the ball away and make the runner think you didn't have it. And then when he went, you'd put the tag on him with the actual ball. So Dave took a very long time to peel this potato to the shape of a baseball. He actually painted the seams on. And during a game where Reading had a runner on third and 2 outs, Stassi takes a called strike outside. He said, "Oops, I broke the webbing in my glove. Got to go back to the dugout and get another one." When he went back to the dugout, he grabbed that peeled potato with him. He was a catcher. And it was Rick Lundblade who was out on third. So Dave overthrew third with the peeled potato as Stassi goes up the first base line. They'll try to turn 2. And they do, as the first baseman tosses it to the shortstop and then back to the pitcher who is covering first. And that'll do it here in the second as Reading strands a runner on and fails to score. So finish up this story. So he overthrew third, and of course Lundblade came home, only to be tagged out by Dave Bresnahan, and he was still holding the real ball in his mitt. After a period of confusion by the umpires, Lundblade was ruled safe at home, and then the day later, the Indians called him up and released him. They did not like that trick. But a fun story many, many years later on this day in history in Reading baseball. And with that, we will head into the bottom of the second scoreless.
What does it mean to bank locally with Tompkins? It means keeping your money in your community with a team of neighbors to guide you through big decisions and milestones. Plus all the convenience of our mobile app where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Vist Bank online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la Diversión is an initiative of MILB which creates alternate identities for teams across the country wishing to better reach out to their Latino communities. The new identity represents more than a luchador. Luchar means to fight for, and luchador translates to fighter. But it also signifies a specific type of fighter, a masked wrestler. The mask logo pays tribute to some of the most notable elements of the city of Reading. Embodied in the luchador's masks is Reading's pagoda, surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's fire tower. Home plate serves as a luchador's mouth, with FirstEnergy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin are train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad. And along the side are baseball seams, a nod to Baseball Town's rich history. Fans can look forward to the R-Phil's players suiting up in Los Luchadores de Reading caps and jerseys on specific games throughout the season.
Coco Montez is going to lead us off here in the scoreless bottom of the second. Reading has 3 hits but no runs, and the Hartford Yard Goats have no hits since Colton Eastman shut them down 1-2-3 to start off the first. So we'll see what he could do here for his second inning of work. And he gets back-to-back balls to Coco Montez, so he's going to have to work here if he doesn't want to allow a runner off to start the frame. The Yard Goats only have 34 wins this season, 66 losses. Reading has 41 wins after taking 5 of 6 games from the playoff contention team, the Portland Sea Dogs. And he does get a called strike into Montez to make the count 3-1. We'll see if he can battle all the way back. Phillies are shaking things up upstairs, too. Matt Vierling is making the start at first base. JT Romuto is having some issue with his shoulder. Now, he's not on the injured list, so he does remain the backup catcher to Rafael Marchand with Andrew Knapp on the COVID list. So they did not bring up any other catchers to my knowledge. So Romuto will still be the backup catcher, but hopefully Marchand can get them through. As Montez fouls a pitch back. There's strike 2. So very excited to see the former Fightin who began the year with Reading playing first base for the Philadelphia Phillies, and of course Jorge Bonifacio out in center field as well. Really great day for, former Reading prospects. Travis Jankowski on the paternity list, Didi Gregorius on the paternity list as well. So, and then a couple guys, of course, on the COVID IL. Lots of former Fightins in the lineup today as Montez strikes out swinging. So Colton Eastman battles back from a 3-0 count to get strike number 3. And there's one out in the bottom of the second. So Freddie Galvis in the lineup as well. Bonifacio played here, Vierling played here, even Rafael Marchand got a spot start in Reading, and Matt Moore is out on the rubber for Philadelphia today. Took a couple games from the Diamondbacks, so it'll be a game to follow tonight. I will keep you all in the loop, as well as Mark Appel getting the start in Lehigh Valley. Michael Toglia, also a big prospect for the Rockies system, coming in at number 6. Switch hitter. He will bat from the left side against the righty Eastman. He fouls a pitch up the first baseline for strike 1. He's 6'5" and has tremendous raw power, but the key for Toglia is he can send it all over the field. So a lot of guys with power can really just pull the ball, but not Toglia. He can send it any which way he pleases. And a swinging strike 3 as Toglia sat down by Colton Eastman. That is 3 straight strikeouts since he's used one to cap off the bottom of the first. And he's got 2 quick outs here against the Yard Goats in the bottom of the second, trying to keep it scoreless for his team and give them the opportunity to get on top. They'll send a first pitch down low to Casey Golden. The last hurrah of August is here, August 31st. We are winding it down the final few hours with a baseball game. And a pitch outside is a called strike 1. Speaking of the Phillies, they are scoreless against the Nationals in the bottom of the second inning. Although the Nationals do have some runners on against Matt Moore. Just one out on the board there. Lehigh Valley trailing the Syracuse Mets by 2 runs. As Golden fouls one back, the count evens 2-2. That was a David Thompson home run. Khalil Lee scored on that. And Eastman going for a quick inning here. Has retired the only 5 batters he's faced so far. Here's the 2-2. And he struck him out swinging. Colton Eastman strikes out the side here and makes it 4 strikeouts in a row to cap off the second inning. Another 1-2-3 quick inning of work from Eastman, and Reading's going to look to give him some run support in the top of the third. Scoreless at Dunkin' Donuts Park.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Reading, 3 hits but no runs here. Hartford has nothing across the board. A beautiful sunset back behind home plate at Dunkin Donuts Park. Wow, looks nice. Can't wait to join the team there on Friday. But for now, calling these games remote at FirstEnergy Stadium as Chris Cornelius heads up to the plate. It'll be Cornelius and then Colton Eastman and then back to the top of the order. Now, I wonder how Colton Eastman feels coming up to the plate. You've got to be pretty tough here, as the reason he was on the injured list for so long was he took a bunt off of his right index finger, which is where he grips the baseball. And so he was out with that fractured right index finger for quite a while, as Chris Cornelius fouls back strike number 2. There, the young rookie takes a ball here from Dennis, an off-speed pitch, 84 miles per hour. And the righty gets a ground ball out of Cornelius, slow rolling. It's the third baseman who cuts in front of the shortstop. And Cornelius is going to be out at first. What a close play. I can't believe that Montero cut off Gomez like he did, and he did get it in front of Cornelius on the replay there, but what a play, and gotta have serious communication if you're gonna do that out in the field. So now Colton Eastman himself heads up to the plate. He takes the first pitch called strike. We'll have to see how aggressive he is, as both teams will have their pitchers bat. He takes another called strike at the knees. Does not have a hit here in Double-A. Only a couple of at-bats, really. And here's the 0-2. It's outside. Obviously, might be a little bit more hesitant to try a bunt attempt. But Eastman, pretty competitive, pretty tough, and if there's a pitch, he's going to take it as he fouls this one back behind the net. 95, the fastball from Dennis right now. So really putting in a big between his off-speed pitch and his fastball, over 10 miles per hour, which can really fool batters as he comes way inside to Eastman. The count evens at 2. It's nice to have him back, though. He's been one of the stellar starters for Reading. And he takes ball 3 upstairs. He is fighting off the starter, Matt Dennis. It's Reading trying to get a runner aboard scoreless here in the top of the 3rd at Dunkin Donuts Park. And Eastman strikes out swinging, his hands tied up on the inside from Dennis. And there is out number 2 as we go back to the top of the order with Matt Kroon. And he takes the first pitch strike. He had a base hit to start off this ball game. But ever since then, Matt Dennis has been cruising through these Reading batters. Now, they do have 3 hits, but they don't have a run to their name. But the Hartford Yard Goats don't as well. Reading, of course, would love to give Colton Eastman some wiggle room. And Matt Kroon takes strike number 2. Hard to really tell what the field and the ballpark looks like from, just watching it on a computer screen here, but it looks like they have some nice seats back behind home plate as Matt Kroon strikes out swinging. So that's going to do it here in the top of the 3rd. Scoreless for the Fightin' Phils as they go down in order. And it'll be Colton Eastman who comes back up to pitch in the bottom of the 3rd.
From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro and Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Batanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Colton Eastman is absolutely dealing here in this ball game. He has not allowed a base runner at all as we go into the 3rd. The score is tied at 0. And we'll see how he does. He faces the 7, 8, and 9 batters as Willie MacGyver comes up to the plate. He is the number 25 prospect in the Rockies system, but their 3rd ranked catcher, and he is behind the plate tonight, so we can assess him here as he started the season in High A. And he takes back-to-back balls from Eastman to start off the at-bat, and then he'll foul one back for strike number 1. Rockies really like his development as a catcher, but also at the plate, finding a well-hitting catcher can be tough sometimes, but makes a lot of contact, but learning to draw more walks and have more discipline up at the plate. And here's the 2-1 from Eastman, sent high in the sky. It's going to be in the outfield, but it's Matt Joyce who makes the catch on the run in. So that's the first play we've seen from the MLB rehabber. Stassi came all the way out, but that was Joyce's ball all the way as the man coming in. It's first the outfielder's ball, then it's the second baseman's ball, and then it's the first baseman's ball last. But you have to wait for the outfielder to say something. He's supposed to call that it's his ball. And Joyce there made the play, and so that's out number 1 here for Jose Gomez as he takes a ball from Colton Eastman to start it off. There's a swinging strike to Gomez, batting .237 here in Double-A. Just 18 games left of the season, 6 against the Yard Goats, then Reading returns home for 6 against the New Hampshire Fisher Cats, and finally finishes with 6 on the road against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. So we are really winding down here in 2021. As the 2-1 is popped up, Brock Stassi coming in. And he shuffles over to make the catch. There's out number 2. Colton Eastman is going to go for another 1-2-3 inning of work here, as it'll be the pitcher, Matt Dennis, who comes out in 4 at-bats. He has not yet recorded a hit in Double-A, does have 2 strikeouts to his name. And so, as far as the rest of the bats go, this should be one under control for Colton Eastman, although you never know. But he'll try to retire the side quickly here and have his team to bat in the top of the 4th. The righty kicks and fires home to Dennis, as a little too far inside for ball 1. Washington takes a 1-0 lead over the Phillies. Ground ball left side. It is the shortstop over to first, and that'll do it again for Colton Eastman here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So we go to the top of the 4th, scoreless here, as Colton Eastman has been perfect.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices, from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Bryson Stott is going to lead us off for the top of the fourth. He is looking to continue his on-base streak, which is now up to 13 games in a row he's gotten on base successfully. Gamboa still holds that title with 21 consecutive games, though Bryson Stott on an absolute tear. As we're tied up here in the top of the fourth inning, Reading's going to look to give Colton Eastman some run support, and it will be some well-deserved run support if they can, as Bryson Stott takes 1 ball and 1 strike. There's ball number 2. Stott's patience at the plate has been one of those exceptional things, really coming into pure form. Gets a base knock off the end of his bat. Are they going to say that's fair or foul? And it's foul as he hustled down to first, must have missed it by an eyelash, as he'll walk back to the plate with a 2-2 count. Here's Dennis. Comes home to Stott inside ball 3, and he's worked a full count here as he tries to get on base for the Fightin Phils. And there is ball 4, so Bryson Stott is going to drop his bat and jog down to first. And Reading is going to have a base runner here to start off the top of the fourth, as the MLB rehabber Matt Joyce heads up to the plate. Now, Joyce, a long history, probably plays for quite a number of teams, got to be up there as far as players who have traveled around that much. Joyce began his career with the Tigers, drafted in the 12th round back in 2005 out of Florida Southern. And then from 2009 to 2014, he was with the Tampa Bay Rays, or the Devil Rays back at that time. Then in 2015, he was with the Angels. In 2016, with the Pittsburgh Pirates. In 2017, with the Oakland A's. 2019, with the Atlanta Braves. And 2020, with the Miami Marlins. And then, of course, 2021 with the Philadelphia Phillies. But his career has really been plagued by injuries, which is obviously evident here. 2 major injuries this season. He spent most of the time on the IL with a low back strain, but battling back here could perhaps help the Phillies with their postseason run, as he fouls back an offering. He's down 0-2 here. Not be surprised if Bryson Stott sees an opportunity to go to second and takes it. Reading has looked very good on the base pass, and I think that is such a big contributing factor to how well they've played, and probably one of the most underrated parts, as Dennis goes back to first. Stott dives back in. Getting a guy from first to third on a ball into the outfield, getting a guy who can swipe an extra bag, being able to tag up with a foul, with a sacrifice fly into the outfield, all of those things, key factors. As Joyce takes a ball in the dirt. Good block by MacGyver behind the plate. Dennis is up to 54 pitches here in the top of the fourth inning. Now I'm interested to see how many pitches Colton Eastman has thrown. 43. So I would imagine at the very least he gets the bottom of the fourth, if not probably the bottom of the fifth, if he continues to pitch the way he's doing. Here's the 1-2 from Dennis to the lefty, swing and a miss, and Joyce strikes out for the second time today. And so Stott will stay on first now with 1 out. Here's Josh Stephen. Steven sends it sky high into the outfield. The catch is made, and Stott not able to tag. He's going to stay at first base. So a quick out, number 2 for Matt Dennis as the left fielder makes the grab. And here's Logan O'Hoppe, who has a base hit today, and he'll come up with a runner on first. O'Hoppe was pretty incredible back in high A, 86 hits, 48 RBIs, lots for extra bases as well. And so got the call up to finish off the season in Double A. And a well-deserved call-up for the number 12 prospect as he takes strike 1. Pops a ball foul down the right field line. It'll hit the top of the roof and bounce back into the field of play. So they'll have to take a second to throw that off. Looks like they've got 2 levels there at Dunkin' Donuts Park. That second level mainly filled with skyboxes. And then seating in the outfield as well kind of looks like a major league park as O'Hoppe steps back into the righty batter's box with an 0-2 count. Stott taking a nice lead off of first base. And of course, Dennis sees that as well, so he's going to go back. But Bryson dives back in time. There's a runner on with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th, scoreless. Redding does have 3 hits, and the Yard Goats have 0. Another pickoff attempt comes over to first. Michael Toglia over there. And now we'll see if Dennis comes home to O'Hoppe. Crowding the plate, really. The 0-2 inside brushes him back a little bit. There's ball number 1 in the count. And another ball upstairs. A good stop by MacGyver. He really had to pop up and contain that ball. Doesn't look like a very deep backstop behind the catcher, but is a pretty good amount of warning track, and then just a very small piece at the bottom. No cement or bricks or anything like that, as O'Hoppe lofts this one in the sky, going back to center fielder Hanna. A couple steps into the warning track, he makes the grab, and that is out, number 3. Well hit by O'Hoppe, but just didn't have enough on it. And so the score will remain at 0 apiece, as it is Colton Eastman's turn back on the mound in the bottom of the 4th.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt, and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Well, we are scoreless here at Hartford's Dunkin' Donuts Park. And Colton Eastman is back on the mound for the bottom of the fourth inning. The Phillies are down by 2 as Mr. National, that's Ryan Zimmerman, doubled to score another run. My LBTV feed is causing me trouble here. So I'm calling this game remote. I rely on a TV feed, which can be dicey. So we'll wait for that to come back up as we get into the bottom of the fourth inning. Scoreless, Reading has 3 hits, and Colton Eastman has held the Yard Goats down here. And I've got the ball game back as Jamison Hanna takes a swinging strike on the first pitch. Eastman kicks and fires down low, and that's ball number 1. Looks like there's a solid crowd there. They do lead the AA Northeast in attendance, though. Great market there out in Hartford as Eastman turns the 1-1. Sent upstairs. It's in foul territory. The third baseman, Guthrie, comes over, but it lands above the Hartford dugout. There's nothing he could do. So that is strike number 2, though. It is warm there in Hartford as well. Actually seems kind of a pleasant temperature, 82 degrees, partly cloudy, and a slight breeze going out to center, though obviously we have not seen that impact the ball game as of yet. Righty on lefty matchup. Eastman comes home, a swing and a miss, and he gets Hanna to chase. So there is strikeout number 5 for Colton Eastman, as he has now sat 10 batters down in order. Sean Bouchard, who popped up his first time up, will now be up again. Takes the first pitch ball from Eastman. Seen a lot more first pitch balls from Eastman than strikes, but he has really worked back. Very competitive in these at-bats, and there he goes getting a foul ball for strike number 1. That was pitch number 50 for Colton Eastman, so they're going to let him finish this inning for sure. I would be interested to see if he comes back out for the 5th, but only time will tell. And of course, with Hendrickson being so stellar as of late, obviously would love to get him in, as a fly ball out to right into the glove of Matt Joyce, and that is 11 straight batters for Colton Eastman. He will start off Eliuris Montero with a foul ball. And there's strike number 1, Montero. His first strikeout victim back in the first. Eastman has brought his ERA down into the mid-3s right now. 2 outs on the board here in a scoreless bottom of the 4th inning, as Montero takes an offering from Eastman. It's downstairs. There's ball number 1. Ohapi calling a very good game behind the plate tonight. You don't realize how much involvement the catchers really have. A great frame there by Ohapi, but inside, that's ball number 2. Two outs quickly by Colton Eastman. as the righty takes a step back, kicks and fires home. A fly ball. Out to center, hustling in is Matt Kroon, and Colton Eastman does it again in the fourth. Another 1-2-3 inning of work as he retires 12 straight batters, not allowing anybody on the base pass, and Reading is going to have to give him some run support if they want to win this ball game. Going into the fifth, still zeros for both teams.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
It's summer. Time to trade hibernation for liberation. Couch time for tan lines. The sunshine and good times are waiting, so it's time to go the distance in a car you can depend on. Kia, backed by our 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Summer's calling. How will you answer? Kia, movement that inspires. Hurry into your local Kia dealer today for great deals on our exciting lineup of vehicles built for summer.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty program refers to a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for warranty details.
Into the top of the fifth we go as Dalton Guthrie puts one up the middle. And he's had a two-hit day already as he gets himself on first to start off the fifth. And that is exactly what the Fightin' Phils are looking for, to get some runs on the board for Colton Eastman, who I'm not positive will be coming out for another inning of work. Obviously, here in Reading, can't see the bullpen there, but could be Josh Hendrickson's turn as Brock Stassi takes a called strike. Ground ball up the middle. A diving play by the second baseman, and they'll get the force out at second as Brock Stassi reaches first. They can't go for the double play. Montez, a good slide behind the bag at second to pick it up. And all he has time for is to send it over to Gomez playing at the back. So Reading's going to replace the runner on first as Brock Stassi safe there. Guthrie out at second. And there's one away now with Chris Cornelius heading up to bat. Chris Cornelius, a fly ball out to center field. Jamison Hanna backs up right against the warning track, and there's a quick out number two. Brock Stassi forced to stay at first base, and it looks like there'll be a pinch hitter. So Eastman's day is done as Colby Fitch heads up to the plate. So that'll be the end of Colton Eastman, who pitched perfect through 4 innings, absolutely perfect, did not allow a base runner. But it will be Josh Hendrickson's turn in the bottom of the fifth as Colby Fitch comes in to pinch hit here. outside, and Fitch takes ball number 1. Sassy is over on first base with 2 outs on the board. Fitch takes ball number 3 here as he is holding off against Matt Dennis. Reading trying to put a run on the board. There's already 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. And although it won't be Colton Eastman, it'll be Josh Hendrickson who looks to hold on. They throw down to first. Stassi able to dive back in time. A nice throw from the catcher, McIver. And Colby Fitch, the pinch hitter, sends one high in the sky out to left field, backing up at the wall. Bouchard, it bounces off, coming around, hustling home. Brock Stassi. Is there a play at the plate? There is, and they get Stassi diving in up the line at third. And that is going to end the inning. So Reading tries to score here. Couldn't tell if Sean was sending him home or not. The veteran player, Brock Stassi, I'm sure would have waited if he wasn't being sent home, but that'll do it here as Reading fails to score in the top of the 5th. And they will give Fitch credit for that. I didn't see where he ended up, so it could have been a single or a double. I imagine he tried to take 2. Anyways, on to the bottom half in just a moment.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
It's summer. Time to trade hibernation for liberation. Couch time for tan lines. The sunshine and good times are waiting, so it's time to go the distance in a car you can depend on. Kia, backed by our 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Summer's calling. How will you answer? Kia, movement that inspires. Hurry into your local Kia dealer today for great deals on our exciting lineup of vehicles built for summer.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty program refers to a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for warranty details.
So it will be Josh Hendrickson in for the 5th inning. Reading failed to score in the top of the 5th, so we're still scoreless here going into the bottom half. So Hendrickson will try to keep Eastman's perfection going. His final line coming in, obviously 4 innings, no runs, no hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. They give him 54 pitches, obviously limited coming back from injury. So that is why they are taking him out here. And obviously Hendrickson has been great in the piggyback as well, so that is another reason. Hendrickson sends a swinging strike to Coco Montez, his first batter. It's a lefty on righty matchup. There's a swinging strike 2. Lefty sets up, and he gets a 1-2-3 strikeout against Coco Montez, so he picks up right where Eastman left off. And there's one away here for Michael Toglia. Toglia, a 207 average as he steps up to the plate here. Struck out swinging at the hands of Eastman. The lefty Hendrickson started the season in high A Jersey Shore, so he and O'Hoppe have actually seen time together as a battery, though it has been quite a long time. As Hendrickson got the call up on June 8th, so spent about a month at high A with O'Hoppe, and now they meet again here as the battery in today's game. Back-to-back balls to Toglia. Hendrickson has one out on the board here in the bottom of the fifth. An open stance from the righty, so his left foot set back further from home plate. Now we'll get a swinging strike as Hendrickson throws an off-speed pitch right down the middle. And Toglia way out in front. Ball number 3 coming in. Hendrickson working quickly as he gets a swinging strike out of Toglia. The count is now full here in this at-bat as he tries to keep down the Hartford Yard Goats. Perfect time for the video to buffer here, as I don't have a visual on the game anymore. Let's update it. There we go. We're back in action. 3 balls and 2 strikes here from Josh Hendrickson to Michael Toglia. And there's a called strike 3. Hendrickson back-to-back Ks to start off his outing here in relief as he gets 2 outs in the 5th, and that is number 6 and 7 for the Reading Fightin' Phils pitching staff. And we are only in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hendrickson was absolutely stellar in his last outing in relief, piggybacking off of Colton Eastman against the Portland Sea Dogs. There he went 6 innings of 4-hit ball, just allowed 1 run, and struck out 8, which was a career high. And so we'll see if he's able to continue that on. Obviously, off to a good start with the first 2 batters being strikeouts. And he sends 2 balls into Casey Golden, who also struck out against Eastman back in the 2nd. And there is a called strike. Ball number 3 coming in as Hendrickson is battling against Casey Golden here. And he gets another full count now with a called strike 2. And he is 1 strike away from getting out of this frame clean. Now, Eastman struck out these 3 batters back in the 2nd. We'll see if Hendrickson can do it again. Lefty gets his glove up at his face. Here's the payoff pitch, a called strike 3. Casey Golden strikes out looking, and Hendrickson in his first outing strikes out the side, and he will put down the Hartford Yard Goats as it's Reading's turn to bat once more in the top of the 6th.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Mao Beer throughout the 2021 season. Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mao Beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager at FirstEnergy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mao Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mao Beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
Into the top of the sixth we go. Hendrickson comes out for the fifth, strikes out the side. So Reading has 8 strikeouts for the 15 batters that they have faced. The Hartford Yard Goats have yet to record a base runner. Reading has had 5, but that doesn't really matter since the score is tied at 0. And so really, it's anybody's game at this point, as Matt Kroon is going to start us off back at the top of the order. So we're in a good spot. Kroon has really been hot as of late, bringing his batting average up to .295. He is 1 for 2 on the day already, as he takes a first pitch called strike. You'll know what I mean if you look at the score bug when you're watching the little game on the game day screen where you see that fake batter. They've put that little tag above our game right now. And I don't believe in superstitions, but both of our pitchers have been perfect through 5 innings of work. Obviously, the broadcaster is not going to ruin the game. I'm literally all the way in Reading, and the team is in Hartford. So they put that tag up on our game day right now, but it's our turn to bat here and get on the board as Matt Kroon works a 2-2 count here. And another buffering screen here, so I can't see what's going, but Matt Kroon has worked a full count right now as it comes back up. 73 pitches here for Matt Dennis, as he is not allowed to run either. We can't discredit how well he is pitching right now. Three balls, 2 strikes here as he fouls one back to stay alive. Ground ball left side, the shortstop on the run over to first, and after a hard-fought battle from Matt Kroon, it ends in a ground out. So Dennis gets out number 1 here of the top of the 6th, and Bryson Stott is up at the plate. Stott fouls back the first offering he sees, still looking for his first hit in this ball game, though he did walk down to first in the 4th. The catcher is setting up inside. The pitch comes too far inside, and the count moves to 1-1. Stott takes a pitch for a called strike, and he's down 1-2 here. Dennis sets up, glove at his chest. He kicks and fires home. A foul ball back from Stott. Dennis still holding on to his velocity. 94 mid-range fastball there. He's topped out at 95 as far as I've seen on my end. Now, I don't have access to Tom's official stuff as I do in other games when we share the booth together. And here's the 1-2 to Bryson Stott. He strikes out on a high fastball. Dennis reaching 95 again. And there's two quick outs here in the sixth. Sixth strikeout for Matt Dennis as Matt Joyce comes up. He was an all-star back in 2011. That was when he played in Tampa. And he's rehabbing here. He struck out twice as he tries to make his way back to the Phillies. First pitch ball here to Matt Joyce as he holds off. Dennis reaching 80 pitches now. And there's a swinging strike one as the count evens 1 apiece. Phillies picked him up in hopes to have another outfielder. Now, Joyce has seen time in all different outfield positions, but listen to this, is really the kicker as he takes a foul ball back, the count 1-2. He's played over 4,500 innings of professional ball in right field, over 3,000 innings plus in left field, and 48 1/3 in center field. And center field is really the position that Philadelphia is looking for. And not much experience from Joyce there as he spent most time in right and left. And he fouls another pitch back, so he'll continue on this at-bat. Top of the sixth, 2 outs on the board for Matt Dennis. We are scoreless here at Dunkin' Donuts Park. And Joyce takes the ball upstairs. The count evens at 2. Another buffering screen here. And here's the pitch, ground ball, fouled. And so Joyce is going to have to go again. Single up the middle. There goes Matt Joyce, and he will reach first safely with a base hit, and so Reading is going to get a runner on here with 2 outs in the sixth for Josh Stephen. They've had base runners on in every inning but one, and so we'll see if they are able to battle back here as Josh Stephen heads up. And of course, the screen is buffering, so I can't see what's happening, but the play has already come through. So I'll just look at that and tell you what's happened. Josh Stephen flies out to center field, so that ends the inning as Reading Strands a runner on, nobody scores. We're still tied up at 0, and Hendrickson will come in for another inning of work to see if he can keep the Hartford Yard Goats at bay.
Better pitching, faster base runners, and more runs batted in usually beats the competition. At CJ's Tire and Automotive, better selection, faster service, and more affordable options always beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falcon tires. Falcon tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falcon Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more.
Keeping this game going as we get to the bottom of the 6th inning. Reading's combined pitchers have not allowed a hit, a walk, a base runner, a hit by pitch, a fielder's choice, nothing. 0 things coming in from Hartford as Josh Hendrickson gets a swinging strike from Willie MacGyver. He struck out the sign in his first inning of work in the 5th, so we'll see if he can keep it going as he gets a swinging strike 2 out of MacGyver. He flew out to right in his first at-bat, as this is just Reading's pitching staff's second time through the order. I imagine if Hendrickson stays sharp, he will finish out this ball game. He and Eastman did the same thing against Portland, pretty much the same game, except Reading scored some runs. And Eastman threw 52 pitches, and they gave Hendrickson 70 to finish the ball game. So I imagine if all goes well, we'll just see the 2 guys today. Unless maybe it becomes a save situation if Reading doesn't score any runs. There's a ball from Hendrickson, so the count moves 1-2 here as he is fighting off MacGyver. And MacGyver fighting right back to stay alive. He sends another ball upstairs, and the count evens at 2. Ball number 3, so a full count here from Josh Hendrickson. On to Willie MacGyver as he takes a ball upstairs. A pop-up into the shortstop territory. Bryson Stott backing up on the outfield grass. He makes the catch, all smiles. And there's out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jose Gomez, who also had a pop-up in his last at-bat, will be on here. And he takes a called strike from Josh Hendrickson. Gomez steps up here in the righty batter's box, a lefty on righty matchup. And a strike number 1 to Gomez. A sharp line drive to Matt Joyce will drop in front of the right fielder. And that will be a base knock for Jose Gomez as he breaks up the perfect game and gets himself on first. And so that will do that. But still scoreless here in the bottom of the sixth as these two pitchers have combined for a heck of an outing. Hendrickson, the lefty, has a good vantage point of first base, so he'll go with the pickoff attempt. As diving back is Gomez. And Dennis, of course, the pitcher up to bat, oftentimes shows signs of bunt, and he'll go for the bunt attempt, and it's foul, so there's strike number one. Runner on first with one out here in the bottom of the sixth. It is scoreless. Brock Stassi is holding the runner on well. Another pickoff attempt from Josh Hendrickson. Try to keep the runner at bay. And another foul bunt by Dennis. We'll see if he tries that again now with the two strikes. Obviously, probably a lot less likely. Hendrickson goes back over to first. They are really trying to keep Gomez on. Actually, more likely probably try to get him out there at first. And we'll see what Dennis does now with two strikes. He grounded out to short in his first at-bat. Seen a couple of guys try to bunt with two strikes, but most of them it ends with the foul bunt out. Otherwise, they'd be bunting all day if that wasn't a rule. Checking around the systems, Andrew McCutcheon, a two-run shot. And he put the Phillies back in that ball game, but Carter Kieboom homered himself, and the Washington Nationals leave 5-2. And Dennis does go for the bunt again, and of course, just like I said, he fouled it back, and so he will strike out on the foul bunt. And there's two away for Josh Hendrickson as Gomez still at first. He goes back to the top of the order with Jamison Hanna. The Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs are trailing by 3 runs. They are in the top of the 6th inning. C.J. Chatham drove in Adam Hazley. Nice to see Hazley back at work in AAA as Hanna fouls one back in our game. There's strike number 1. And Hanna sends a fly ball deep to Matt Joyce. He tracks over, makes the catch, and that'll do it here. A base hit for the Yard Goats, but they strand him on and they fail to score. So another clean frame for the Fightin' Phil's pitching staff as Josh Hendrickson retires the side. And as we go to the top of the 7th, it's still scoreless, but it's your Fightin' Phil's turn.
Reading Fightin' Phil's are proud Berks County Mental Health Disabilities Program. We are in order awareness and the whole station that suicide affects and hurts everyone. But help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro and Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro and Sons, ready to serve you.
Into the top of the 7th we go at Dunkin' Donuts Park. Logan O'Hoppe is going to start us off here. We are scoreless through 6. The Fightin' Phils of 6 hits. The Yard Goats have 1, but it's been a pretty quiet ball game, a pitcher's duel, and they do allow Matt Dennis in for the top of the 7th. 90 pitches. I am surprised. But obviously Bendealing deserves a shot to keep going if his arm allows it and if the pitching staff allows it. And on the first pitch he sees Logan O'Hoppe takes one on the arm. He looks okay as it bounces off. He tosses his bat aside and he heads down to first. So Reading is going to get a base runner on by a hit by pitch. As Dalton Guthrie comes up, he's 2 for 2 today. The catcher, MacGyver, has a quick word with Matt Dennis. Obviously, just, want to make sure he's okay up there. Has still command and control. Guthrie up at the mound. He takes a ball for ball 1. And now a swinging strike, the count evens. Top of the 7th, Reading has 1 runner on. Guthrie was swinging for the fences there. Would love to see him do that here, trying to break a scoreless tie as we roll into the back part of this ball game. Foul ball back by Dalton Guthrie. O'Hoppe ranges over from first base. Dennis throws it over there just to keep tabs on the runner. O'Hoppe's back in time. Guthrie takes a minute before stepping back in that righty batter's box. He's got a 1-2 count. As the righty sets up out of the stretch, he'll go here from the third base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Guthrie. Another foul ball up the third baseline. Manager Sean Williams jogs over to pick it up. He'll toss it in their dugout. Adjusting his grip, Matt Dennis. Pitch number 96 comes in way inside. Guthrie bumps back, the count 2-2. I don't know how far over 100 they're going to let Dennis go here. Maybe they'll try to allow him to get through 7, no matter what it takes. Can't tell, obviously, if they have someone in the bullpen. Goes over to first again. Diving back is O'Hoppe. He's successful there. Looks like he got a little bit of dirt in his belt buckle, trying to brush it out. Guthrie raises his hands above his head with his bat. Very high bat. The 2-2. Popped foul will go again. The 7th pitch of the at-bat coming in from Dennis. He gets the sign from his catcher. And he chases a ball for strike number 3. And Dalton Guthrie makes out number 1 here of the 7th, his first time heading back to the dugout. Here's Brock Stassi now with a runner on first. And it does look like they're going to take the ball away from Matt Dennis here. 98 pitches. So we're going to take a pitching change while we see who comes out for the Hartford Yard Goats here for the top of the 7th inning. I see everybody coming in. The manager finally takes the ball from him. Cheers from the crowd as he heads back to the dugout. So we'll be back in just a moment for a scoreless top of the 7th.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the First County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Each post-game concert,
Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons, the industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant Reading Fightin' Phils birthday quality service for your home or business. Way to celebrate a birthday. JP Mascaro, whether you are a youngster or an adult, companies there is no better birthday trash and recycling services for home, business, and birthday package. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-HOME-MASCARO. An autographed JP Mascaro and VIP ready to serve you. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin' fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Zach Matson comes in here to replace his starter with 1 out and 1 on here in the top of the 7th. Scoreless, albeit though Brock Stassi coming up to the plate now with Logan O'Hoppe out on first, which Dennis is responsible for. Dennis's 16th start. And can't underrate his performance there. Just allowed no runs on 6 hits. Struck out 7 batters, issued 1 walk, and we'll wait to see what happens to O'Hoppe here as Matson comes on to face Brock Stassi. Lefty on lefty matchup here as Stassi takes strike number 1. Matson really a product of the Orioles system. He spent his first years there, but then was released in March of 2021 and signed with the Rockies as a free agent. Started in their Arizona Complex League and just got some Rockies baseball under his belt as Stassi fouls back a pitch 1-2. Lefty sets up on the third base side of the rubber. He comes home to Stassi, pokes it with the end of his bat, and it is a foul ball. So everyone was hustling, will hold up, and they'll reset here. Very close call there by the umpires, but a foul to Brock Stassi, and he'll get to do it again. Takes a deep breath, he tucks in his chain, and he settles back in the lefty batter's box. One balls and 2 strikes here to Stassi. Matson looks over at O'Hoppe, but he's going to come home. Inside, the count evens at 2. Good take there by Brock. Keep himself alive. Sun starting to set out in Hartford, Connecticut. Baseball under the lights at Dunkin' Donuts Park. Here's the 2-2. Stassi, another foul ball back. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat. After Stassi, it'll be Chris Cornelius. And then we'll see Josh Hendrickson, quite possibly. Another offering. Stassi sends it into center, but right there is Jamison Hanna. And there's out number 2 as coming back to first, Logan O'Hoppe. And so here's Chris Cornelius with a chance to do some damage if possible. Fightins are going to have to get on the board here. Lefty Matson sends a ball to Cornelius. He lines it down the right field line all the way back at the wall. It bounces off, and diving back to first is Cornelius. It played off the wall incredibly quickly. The right fielder, Golden, recovered it as O'Hoppe gets himself to third. Let's watch that back. Cornelius takes it deep to right, but it bounces off the billboards. Great play off the wall by Golden as Cornelius forced to hold up at first and O'Hoppe at third. So runners on the corners for Reading with 2 outs. And we will see Josh Hendrickson, who I can only imagine will try to put down the bunt. That's my guess here, but you never know. Hendrickson does have a hit to his name. Has not batted in quite a while, though. Just 9 at-bats. He does have 1 hit and only 5 strikeouts. And he takes a first pitch foul ball back from Matson. Runners on the corners here. Reading will be hoping for quite possibly a pass ball, a wild pitch, anything just to get that runner at third home. As Hendrickson chases upstairs, he kind of winces as he cuts on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone. And he's down 0-2. Leaning over Matson, he gets the sign, he stands up tall. Out of the stretch, and Hendrickson puts it right into the glove of the shortstop Gomez. A line drive is the out that ends the inning. As Reading strands 2 runners on here in the top of the 7th. We'll take stretch time in just a second, and then we will see Josh Hendrickson on to pitch in the bottom half.
There you are in the great wide open when you hear it. Dinner time. When you're hungry, you're not going to let 5,000 feet of mountain get in your way. And if they try, that's what Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable SUVs with available all-wheel drive is for. The Telluride, Sorento, Sportage, and Seltos are how you know we take this pretty seriously. The SUVs and the dinner. Hurry into your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Visit kia.com for details. Always drive safely.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G coverage and speed. No one else covers more Americans with the fastest 5G. The Arphils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza stage. Fightin' Phils fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile stage is home to great bands, such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Unlike any other area at FirstEnergy Stadium, the Stadium 61 Dugout Suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages.
Seemed like a very entertaining take me out to the ball game in the 7th inning stretch at Dunkin' Donuts Park. The crowd seemed to thoroughly enjoy that. As we head back down to the field, Josh Hendrickson will come on to pitch his 3rd inning of work. Just allowed 1 hit so far, but has been very clean. And so we'll see what he can do here as we're scoreless in the bottom of the 7th. Now, Reading has had 7 hits so far in this ball game, but they have not been able to bat anybody in. They've left 6 on base. And so Josh Hendrickson is going to have to work a clean frame as he wants to keep his team in this ball game. I think it's going to be a blast that really ends this ball game. That's what either team is going to be looking for here, especially with that wind poking out to center field. And so heading up is Sean Bouchard to start it off. The lefty kicks to the righty. Bouchard pops it up. Roxdassi in foul territory. A quick out, number 1 on 1 pitch for Josh Hendrickson. Is there such thing as more efficiency? And here is Eliuris Montero now with 1 away. Montero 0 for 2 today off of Colton Eastman. This is the first time he'll see Hendrickson. Now, Hendrickson has faced these yard goats before. Montero is batting .500 against him. 1 for 2. That one was a home run, though. And he takes ball number 1, and then a called strike to even the count at 1 apiece. Takes another ball here as Montero battling against Josh Hendrickson. .280 average, 22 home runs here in Double-A. Pretty impressive. As he fouls the ball back, the count is now full. In the Double-A Northeast League, Montero sits 3rd in the home run count with 22. Josh Lester of Erie has 24, and Dermis Garcia of Somerset has 25. But if you check in all of minor league baseball, it's still MJ Melendez who's up there Bobby Witt Jr., Royals prospects, and Griffin Conine has 34, though he is in the lead. Ground ball left side. Dalton Guthrie gobbles it up over to first. A fantastic throw across the diamond. And Guthrie gets out number 2 as Kyle Nickel makes the call at first. Just a step in front of the runner. And here's Coco Montez 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts today. Hendrickson's first offering. Cut on and missed. Off-speed pitch of 74. When you take a mid-90s and then you drop your next offering down to 74, very tough to see. Count 1-1 to Montez. Ground ball left side. It's deep in the hole at short. And over to first. Stott had to dive down. A great block over to first, though it's not in time. And Brock Stassi able to recover it up the line. Even if it was right on the money, it would not have been an out. So they should give him a single for that when they score it. And they do. A great play by Bryson Stott to dive over and Brock Stassi to stop the ball from getting out of the way. And so there'll be a runner on first now as O'Hoppe comes out to talk to Hendrickson. They're smiling about something. You love that they're having fun out there. And so with Montez on first, here's Michael Toglia, who's also, the next 2 guys are going to be 0 for 2 with strikeouts. They got both Eastman and Hendrickson struck out the side in the 2nd and the 5th, and those were the same batters, which is tough. So Toglia will come up with a runner on first as Hendrickson goes back to Stassi, but not in time. Pitch number 37 coming at you from the lefty. We are still scoreless here in the bottom of the 7th inning at Dunkin' Donuts Park. As a ball comes in from Hendrickson. 2 outs on the board, but the Yard Goats do have a runner on first. And after 2 balls, Hendrickson gets him to foul it back, so the count moves to 2-1 here. He's an out away from getting out of the 7th clean. As we're tied at 0 apiece, somebody is going to have to score sometime soon as we're merging into the back part of this ball game. Hendrickson out of the stretch here, glove at the chest to look over at Montez on first. Now he comes home downstairs, ball 3. That's Coco Montez out on first. And this is the first time Toglia and Hendrickson have faced. Here's the 3-1. Right down the middle for a called strike. And both Hendrickson and Eastman have been fantastic at working back from hitters' counts and making it full. And so he does that here. We'll see who comes out on top. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's 2 outs on the inning, but there is a runner on. Here's the pitch, a called strike at the knees. He thought it was ball 4. He tossed his bat and shouts in disbelief that was a called strike 3. And that will do it here to end the inning as the Yard Goats strand another runner on. And Toglia strikes out for the 3rd time today. So on to the top of the 8th scoreless at Dunkin' Donuts Park.
Time for that perfect job. The Acme Distribution Center in Denver, Pennsylvania is hiring warehouse positions now. Attend Acme's Job Fair Saturday, August 28th from 8 a.m. to noon at 500 South Muddy Creek Road in Denver, Pennsylvania. starting rate of $20.30 per hour with potential first-year earnings of over $50,000. Acme offers industry-leading benefit packages with family coverage and a $2,500 retention bonus. Hiring this Saturday, August 28th. To learn more or register, go to hiringeventdenverpa.com. Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, the Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information.
Josh Hendrickson has been absolutely dealing against the Hartford Yard Goats, but now it's Reading's turn to bat as they go to the top of their order with Matt Kroon. Big news in Phillies Nation, Rafael Marchand crushed a 2-run home run in the top of the sixth, and the Phillies are all tied up against the Nationals. Jorge Bonifacio got a base hit and was able to score on that home run. Love to see the former Fightins crushing it as Kroon takes a ground ball foul. There's strike one. A pitching change as Johan Ibar comes in for Zach Matson. And during that inning break, which I was unable to see since I'm not at the park, obviously very interesting, you don't often see this, the hitting coach, Tom Soutaris, was ejected by the home plate umpire, Michael Snover, and I'm going to say, obviously, he was arguing that called strike 3 at the knees. And if I was with Tom, he would be able to tell me if that's a strike. I can actually text him right now. See if he gets back to me here, but they did eject the hitting coach, which is not often one that gets ejected, usually the manager or possibly the pitching coach, but the hitting coach was ejected for the Yard Goats, and there is a pitching change here as Ibar faces Kroon here in the top of the 8th scoreless. And on the 1-2, he fouls another one back, so he'll stay alive. Reading has 7 hits, the Yard Goats have 2. But nobody has a run, and that's what matters. The lefty Ibar on the third base side of the rubber. Here he comes to Matt Kroon. Upstairs, 2-2. Matt Kroon pops another one foul. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat. They're going to have to get more baseballs here. And another foul ball back from Crew. 97 off the hands of Ibar here. But your leadoff guy is chasing. Pitch number 7. As the count stays 2-2. And it's a ball. So now the count is full here to Matt Kroon to start off this inning. He's going to see at least 9 pitches. And that is a way to lead it off against a reliever. Obviously, a reliever is not going to be able to, throw 98 pitches like the starter did, especially with the velocity that Ibar's throwing. The payoff pitch, ball 4, and Matt Kroon has worked his way back after 9 pitches. He'll take first on a base on balls, and what a way to start off the 8th. So Bryson Stott's going to come up with a runner on and nobody out. He's still looking for his first hit today, but does have a walk to his name. Stott settles in here. Instead, Ibar is going to go over to first with a pickoff attempt. Kroon dives back. He was already caught stealing once. Stott takes this out to center field. Hannah, a can of corn, there's one away. I would imagine that Kroon tries to snag second, though. I know he's already been caught once, but he's got the speed if he's able to get off at a good time. Leads the team in stolen bases with 5. And that looks like Grenny Kumana to me, so Matt Joyce is done here in the 8th, and we should see Kumana out in right after this half inning. So he'll come in here for the right fielder, and we'll see what he can do. With a runner on first and 1 out, he takes a pitch outside. Lefty pitcher to the righty bat. And ball number 2 comes in downstairs. Ibar a bright red glove on the mound as he leans over and gets the call from MacGyver behind the plate. Kumana sends it sky high into foul territory. Coming over and running out of real estate, though, is Taglia. And so that'll be in the stands. Back to first base. A nice dive in by Kroon. And he's safe at the bag. 2-1 the count to Grenny. We'll see if he takes another offering or another pickoff attempt. A pretty wide stance in the righty batter's box. Bat on his shoulders. Ibar gives a look over to Kroon. But he's going to come home. The 2-1. Kumana sends it sky high. It's just beyond the infield as the second baseman ranges back and Montez makes the catch. There's 2 away as Kroon forced to stay at first. Here's Josh Steven. Scoreless here in the top of the 8th inning. Reading has got a runner on, but they're going to have to push him across. The lefty looks back at Kroon. It'll be a lefty on lefty matchup here. He's going to come home to Steven right down the middle. Strike one. Two outs here in the top of the 8th as Steven fouls one back there, strike two. Reading trying to score a run before they give the ball back to Josh Hendrickson for the bottom half. Steven will take a ball upstairs from Ibar. And the at-bat will continue here. Reading no runs on 7 hits. Hartford no runs on 2 hits. As Matt Kroon over on first after walking. Steven settles in the lefty batter's box. Ibar up on the mound. He comes back to first. Kroon dives in safely. He's expecting it at this point. And really not taking too far of a lead off first. Here's the 1-2. Inside, Steven holds off. 2-2. Somebody's going to have to score soon as we're running out of baseball left, although there's always that thing that comes after 9 innings. Here's the 2-2. Steven, ground ball right side, coming over and making the easy play to second is Montez. So forced out on Kroon will end the inning as Reading strands a base runner going into the bottom of the 8th inning. We are still tied.
Electric has been in business for Tompkins every bank insurance has new solutions. Remote's very 24 confident Tom with us in the
Tompkins and service strength. See equal Tompkins Insurance insured.
Features back hours Thursday at on tap. This bank at least 2 time for in a off thanks to Altered Live Mobile State hour every day home rail distributed.
Reading Fight Party Pack way to sell. Whether you are an adult or birthday, band is customized any age 100 base and jet an automatic parking spot. Can all variety of exceptions. Favorite Fightin day.
Reading strands a runner in the top of the 8th, so Josh Hendrickson comes in with no score for the bottom half. They seem like they're having a good time out there. He's been laughing up on the mound quite a bit as he sends a first pitch, ball and strike into Casey Golden. And of course, Grady Kumano, who came in to pinch hit for Joyce, is going to go out to right field. There's ball number 2 to Golden. And he just misses outside, ball number 3. Reading no runs on 7 hits. Hartford no runs on 2 hits. Has been a very tight game. Actually, the Fightin' Phils were perfect for the better part of the first. And now Hendrickson gets the count full. Was talking earlier about how he and Eastman have really battled back after not getting the first pitch strike. And to be able to do that and come up on top is incredible here. Fly ball deep out to left field. This could be it, and it's gone. And breaking the scoreless tie is Casey Golden with his 6th home run of the season. He'll make it 1-0 Hartford here in the bottom of the 8th. I would hate for that to be the only run of the ball game. Now Reading will only have 3 outs in the top of the 9th to score. That would be a tough way to go out after the incredible work that both Eastman and Hendrickson have put in to not get any run support. But of course, it's not over till it's over, as Willie McIver comes up with nobody out now in the bottom of the 8th. I said it was going to be a blast. I just kind of wanted it from our team, obviously. But Hendrickson's going to keep on attacking the batters as he sends a strike number 1 to Willie McIver. He fouls it back. And he'll do the same with the second pitch on the outside corner, so Hendrickson's got him here 0-2. Sets up, glove at his chest. The lefty kicks and fires home way outside, and the count moves to 1-2. McIver 0 for 2. So he's still looking for his first hit. As already steps back into the batter's box. So Hoppy with a deep squat. Here's the 1-2. And it loops in, but not in far enough as the count evens at 2. Hendrickson steps back. Now he kicks with his right leg. A big swinging strike 3 from McIver. And that is Hendrickson's 6th strikeout of his outing here. Only 2 more to tie his record as he gets out number 1 in the bottom of the 8th here for the 8 and 9 batters. Jose Gomez, and then possibly it could be Ibar as the pitcher's spot comes up, or quite possibly a pinch hitter, and they'll throw someone out for, most likely, now that I think about it, a pinch hitter, and they'll put in a closer for the top of the 9th if they just have a 1-run lead. Hendrickson gets a perfect first pitch strike into Gomez. Gomez, one of just the 3 hits for the Yard Goats today. Gomez, obviously Golden's home run. And then Coco Montez had a base hit back in the 7th. 1 ball, 1 strike here from Henderson. Either talking to himself or to O'Hoppy as he sets up. And he comes home. Fly ball down the right field line. Coming over Granny Kumana. And it's in the stands just shy of the foul pole. So it'll be strike 2. And Gomez has to pick up his bat and dust it off. Then he'll head back up. Down a strike. A wide stance in the righty batter's box. A big kick. The 1-2 sent sky high into shallow right field. Kumana coming in. He calls everybody off. He makes the catch. And there's 2 away. And we'll see if they pinch hit for Ibar, which is Quite possibly my guess. But we'll have to see, not sure the bench that they're running with. Got a couple of guys out there. And they will pinch hit Max George in for Ibar. They're going to bring a specialty pitcher in to close the ninth. As George will come up, obviously for the first time today, batting 173. 2 outs here and nobody on. The Yard Goats lead by 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hendrickson sends a ball below the knees. The Phillies have taken a big 9-5 lead. All of this happening in the top of the 6th. Playing small ball there after Marchand's home run to tie it up. 1-1 count from Hendrickson. Looks a little chilly there at Dunkin' Donuts Park as the pitch comes in way out to left, but tracking in Josh Steven. He makes the catch, and that'll do it here, but 1 run scores off the bat of Casey Golden's home run. And so Hartford leads by 1. Reading will have 3 outs in the top of the 9th if they want to do something about it. Just a minute at Dunkin' Donuts Park.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer all of your questions and listen to all of your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike today.
The R-Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightin's Baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils. The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pregame concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
Here's Logan O'Hoppe to start off the top of the 9th. Reading down by 1 run here, as they do put in a specialty pitcher here for the top of the 9th, a closer, Nate Greep, in to face. It'll be O'Hoppe, then on to Dalton Guthrie and Brock Stassi here down by 1 run in the top of the 9th. Greep has a very interesting delivery, as O'Hoppe fouls a pitch back on a check swing he didn't mean to come through with. So he's down 0-2. He's a righty. And he has a pause in his leg kick, but not exactly a pause. It's more like a hiccup. And now he doesn't do it there. And the ball goes down low, 1-2. Griep was claimed in the Rule 5 draft by the Rockies in December of 2019, originally a Brewers 8th round pick in 2015. So he's 27 years old, and we'll see what he does with his delivery this time. A slow leg kick there as he misses outside. The count moves 2-2 on O'Hoppe. He's 1 for 2, was also hit by a pitch today. Redding's going to have to get a runner on to start things off. I say a bloop and a blast here in the top of the 9th, and then on to shut it down. Up the middle goes O'Hoppe, deflected by the pitcher. The second baseman, Montez, picks it up. Over to first, and there's one away. So Dalton Guthrie will come up. He's 2 for 3, though struck out back in the 7th. And this is his first day back joining the Fightin' Phils off the injury list. Spent most of his season in AAA and was very successful there, but struggling with injury. Which injury, I don't know. Not privy to all of that. There's a pause by Griep. So he lifts his left leg up, but he's got to be very careful because some part of your body has to be moving while you're on the rubber coming home, or else it's a balk. So it's either a very slow leg kick, or he's wiggling his glove a little bit, or he's got a hiccup where he comes down and up. There he doesn't wait, and he fools Guthrie down and away, strike 2. Now, Griep spent about half of the season in the Arizona Complex League, trying to get back into the swing of things before joining the team in late July. Only about a month as Guthrie takes a called strike at the knees. And there's out number 2. It'll be down on the shoulders of Brock Stassi here as Redding trails by just a run. And obviously, even if they drop this game, what a heck of a game for the Fightin' Phils pitching staff. It's impressive to see that kind of battle here. As Stassi comes up, he takes a first pitch called strike. Righty on lefty matchup here. As way down and away comes Griep. Stassi, the veteran, is capable of tying this up. He had his first home run of the season out against Portland, and obviously would need something of that sort to tie it up here. He'll take ball number 2 downstairs. Top of the 9th, 2 outs on the board. Redding trails by just 1 run. Sets up at his waist. Griep. A kick home to Stassi. He holds off ball 3. He's the kind of guy with the maturity to wait for his pitch here in the top of the 9th. And getting him on would be exceptional. The tying run on first. And it would be Chris Cornelius who's up to bat. Here's the 3-1. It bounces in the dirt over the plate. Brock Stassi takes ball 4, and the tying run is out on first here in the top of the 9th. Now, don't forget, this game is away at Dunkin' Donuts Park, so whatever happens, Hartford will have the opportunity to bat in the bottom half. Chris Cornelius gets the sign from his manager, and it is Sal Gazzo who comes in to pinch run for Brock Stassi. That's a good choice there. He gets some words from first base coach Nair Luis Martinez. Gazzo, obviously very speedy on the base pass, will be called in to run for Brock Stassi at first. That's the tying run as Chris Cornelius heads up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 today. Greep looks down and up. Here to the righty bat. He comes down and away, ball 1. Gazzo, another guy who's played most of his season in AAA. The Fightins needed a utility fielder, and Sal Gazzo was that guy. MacGyver sets up outside, back over to first. Goes the pitcher, bumps out of the glove of Toglia, but not far enough away that Gazzo can head to second. So we'll stay on first with 2 outs here. Hartford leads by just 1 run here in the top of the 9th. Cornelius, a wide stance in the righty batter's box. MacGyver outside, the pitch right down the middle, strike 1. Greep leans over, he gets the sign from his catcher, now he stands up tall. Runner on first and 2 outs here. Here's the 1-1 to Cornelius, strike 2. Swung right through 96 off the hands of Greep. And Reading once again down to their final strike. Salgazzo over on first, though. He represents the tying run. Chris Cornelius, the go-ahead run, and the chance to be a hero here at the top of the 9th. Outside, they're going to throw down to first. Gazzo dives back, and he's safe as the count evens at 2. Cornelius fighting. Off Greep here in the top of the 9th. Runner on first. The Fightin Phils down by 1 in their final opportunity. Gazzo over at first. Greep calls time. He steps off the rubber. He's going to grab that rosin bag. Out there, brush it off. As Cornelius steps back into the righty box. Runner on first, but 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 from Greep. Cornelius strikes out swinging, chasing a ball outside the strike zone. And Greep elated as the Hartford Yard Goats take the victory 1-0. A tough loss by Reading, but big congratulations go out to Colton Eastman and Josh Hendrickson for their work in today's game. A heck of a game, a tough loss, but there's always baseball tomorrow. We'll see you at 7:05 here as the R Phils take on the Hartford Yard Goats for game number 2